a couple days ago, I did a poll, and it was decided that I shall do a what's design video. And if you want your idea put in the next poll that I will be doing really quickly, maybe even right after I post this video, then please do put your opinion in. I want lots of opinions on there so that way I have a variety and get to see what everyone thinks about it instead of just two people next time. Not like saying that you have to or anything. I'm just giving a suggestion. And so, also sorry if I stutter. This video is unscripted, and if around the 6 minutes checkpoints of this video, it'll start going black because every time I would switch colors, the screen, it would stop recording my screen, and so I'll get that fixed for next time. Okay, so this is Star Silk, a seawing silkwing. Why his name is that? I have no idea. That's the name that came to me. I often think in Nightwing names. I'll have to get like a seawing name generator or something like that to help me with that. So he doesn't actually have any Nightwing in him, but that's just what his parents had decided. So his parents met after his mother had been washed up on the beaches of Pantala after being attacked by sharks while hanging out with friends. She would hide in the few trees that littered Pantala. Because yes, there were in fact a few trees. You can look it up, but not many. She just happened to be someplace that had a few. His father would sneak out every day to see her. And the more the days passed, the longer they would hang out. Eventually, Queen Wasp had found out about their secret relationship, taken away his father, he supposed, to the dungeons, but never saw his father again, and knew Wasp well enough to know that his father might not be still alive. Though he knew for a fact his mother was not, for he watched as Queen Wasp killed his mother right in front of him with her own talons. Now, she did not see him, otherwise he knew for a fact that he would not be alive to this day, but instead he was hiding in the shadows as soon as he heard talon steps that were not of his own family. He grew up alone, finding any fruits or berries, any rabbits or anything that he can get his claws on, storing as much food as he can on the rare pouches that he sometimes wears, and in the few places that he'll stay sometimes. He never stays in one place. This dragon is a traveler, mainly because he does not want to be found. He wants to stay in the shadows and be a sort of a ghost. No one knows if he's truly alive, but everyone knows what he's done. So he stays in the shadows, moving quite frequently and never staying in one place for long. He has no friends and trusts no one, especially if you're a Hivewing. And he hates Hivewings more than Sundew does. Any Hivewing that he sees, he immediately attacks, lunging with fury and no mercy as he rips away at their scales with his own talons. Every Hivewing that has found him has never made it out alive. Just a whisper, and he stays a whisper in the wind. No one truly knows if he was the one that killed those Hivewings. If ever a Hivewing or some dragon found him, after he killed them, he would immediately move to a different place, worried that the missing dragon would lead others to him, because no matter how strong he knew he knew he could not take on multiple dragons at a time. no matter what he tried to tell himself. He forced himself to move. He hates all hive wings, and he doesn't take pleasure into finding silkwings either. If there would be a silkwing to find him, there would often be found limping back to wherever they were staying, but not without injuries. They would often be found covered in scars and bloody wounds, being horribly injured and in need of grave help. But they would always make it alive okay, because he was not a monster, or at least to the silkwings he was not. To the hivewings, he was a legend for being a monster. He was like to the hivewings as Darkstalker was to the nightwings. They feared him, and they lived in fear of him, and he was only to be told as stories around a campfire. Even if a mother was flying over maybe a canyon that he happened to be staying and dropped her egg down, and even if the egg survived the hard landing, it would not have survived in the long run, because if it were to be found by him, that poor egg would have, once the mother found that poor egg, they would be devastated at the sight of shattered eggshells everywhere, but not a trace of the dragon that did it, or the thing that did it, as some mothers would say, because they did not believe that a dragon could be heartless enough to kill a dragon egg. Yet, he managed to keep a reputation of doing that. They weren't exactly sure it was him, but deep down, every dragon knew it was him, or figured it was. Sometimes maybe a hivewing dragonette would get lost. Look, maybe in the forest once all the trees came back and Queen Wasp's rule was over, and still would be found a couple days later, but not alive. He had his entire life wished that he could kill Queen Wasp with his own talons. And once he found out that some other dragon had done it for him, he was furious, almost leaping out of whatever cave he was calling home at the moment, to charge and track down that dragon and kill them on the spot, wherever he found them, no matter how many dragons were near him, watching. But instead, he decided to wait. He did not take fury on dragons. Well, he wanted to say he would not take fury on dragons that did not do anything to him. But if he would think about that often, realizing that that was not true, compared to the countless silkwings that he had attacked. Countless silkwings. He grew reputation more and more as the years grew by, but also becoming less and less known. He started becoming more and more like he didn't exist. To himself, even. Dragons stopped talking about him. He stopped being the campfire stories. It was like he didn't exist. He lost his fiery urge to kill every dragon on sight for some reason. It was like some sort of thing stopped him. Yet, he always had that impulse to keep that up and to attack. So, what do y'all think? I personally really like how his story came out, and after the countless times that I have re-recorded this video, I think the story has gotten better, because the first version of the story was not the same, and I think this one turned out great, in my opinion at least. What did y'all think of it? I really want to hear y'all's ideas. I know that there's still, let me check. I think maybe 30 seconds left, so I'll just talk the 30 minutes, 30 seconds. Thank you all for watching this video. The next poll that will be out, which is probably right after I post this video, will be, I would like to hear y'all's ideas on this. Ideas on it. I would like to hear your opinion and all that kind of stuff. Please do share your opinion. Last time I only had 2 people give their opinion on that, which thank you to those 2 people. I am assuming Moonlight, because I had told him to go like check out that I had posted something, because he likes me to tell him then whenever I post something. And so I know that it's Moonlight, one of them. But whoever else did, thank you. I want to hear everyone's ideas. And though we haven't grown much in numbers recently, I still am determined. And I love making videos. It's really fun for me. So even if I don't make it to a large number of subscribers, I'm still going to enjoy it all the way. So, what did y'all think? Again, I want to hear y'all's opinion on this dragon here, Star Silk. He again is a very angry dragon, and I personally love him. Maybe one day I'll redo his design, make him maybe look a little bit better or something once I get better at drawing, but for now, he's good. I thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not. Thank you all, and have a blessed day. Bye!